She's like an acknowledgement that your child with the most potential may have in fact been fired into a Kleenex when you were a teenager. How's it going, Warriors Alike? I'm Miff, the little fellow who hides his FF vlogs. Completely unsure how that's relevant, but apparently that invalidates every point I ever make ever. And I threw this together whilst working on my Rosewood scripts, so here is the quickest Scion tier list you've ever seen. Starting off hotter than Israeli payloads, Eorzea will be our first Scion tier S tier. Let's face it, if a million's had a favourite child, it would be this bundle of attitude and strength. Eorzea is a strong, independent woman done right. Her brother, however, doesn't trail too far behind, falling comfortably into A tier, like free diving off a waterfall or pushing your wife off a cliff for insurance purposes. Alphanore's gone from strength to strength since Realm Reborn, and I don't think it'll take too long for him to join Eorzea in S. Estinian, however, for me, currently occupies B tier comfortably. He has been mainly used for fan service since the glory days of Heaven's Ward, and whilst he may be dropping panties like he's a 7-figure bank balance, to me, he just hasn't reached those heights again. The pun was entirely intended, and if you liked it, smash that subscribe button. Joining him there is Krile, a fellow Lalithal pictomancer. My main criticism of Krile since her introduction was the fact she'd barely been used, almost a like-for-like replacement of Papalimo with equally lacking screen time. That has begun to change, however, and I really hope she gets the love she deserves in Dawntrail, but for now her contributions have been about as relevant as Greta Thunberg's political opinions. I have a soft spot for Lise, like a Cadbury's chocolate before genocide, but it's not soft enough to put her any higher than D. Whilst I am one of the rare few who enjoyed her character arc in Stormblood, it didn't do enough to compensate for the fact her first proper time as a lead was spent being completely fucking incompetent. Doubling up on D like a Megan Fox hoping to get cast, Minfilia is the poster child for wasted potential. She's like an acknowledgement that your child with the most potential may have in fact been fired into a Kleenex when you were a teenager. Climbing slightly higher is Papalimo, a kinsman of great esteem and apprentice of the late great Louis Soir. Papalimo was introduced like a wet fart with similar contribution, but went out with a bigger bang than St. Johnson, clinching C tier at the same time. Graha tier is the muffin from ASDF.
But I want to die!
No one can tell me otherwise. Seriously, every major plan he has made so far in Final Fantasy has revolved around him fucking dying. Even Eorzea called him out on that shit in the end.
You idiot! Just once, stay with us to the end!
Bro wants to unsubscribe from life more often than a My Chemical Romance fan. Get help! Also A because he ate a taco on a tray like God's gift to food. Bitch slapping away in OS tier, Tatara was a fucking boss, and anyone who disagrees with that sentiment is nothing but a hater. If Square Enix ever thinks about killing her off, I'll make the Battle of Cartano look like a fucking tea party. Plummeting into C tier, it's everyone's favourite burden, Thancred. Dude's got more baggage than an airport conveyor belt, and whilst I enjoyed his contribution in Shadow Brigade, since then he's just felt rather sad. Just like his friend Uyanja. Speaking of which, this tall proof that you can sound like a cunt even in Shakespearean irritates me to no end. The double, triple, quadruple agent with more blood in his hands than Hillary Clinton, and yet I find him about as appealing as teabagging a piece of plywood riddled with rusty nails. And last but not least, Y'shtola. I generally struggle with this one, because if I put her in S, you're all going to think I'm another Y'shtola sim. Bitch, you thought I fucking cared what you think. Did you see the mummy vibes they gave her in M-Walker patch content? This Lalithal would gladly get ploughed by every primal in ascending order for a chance to be looked at that way again. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Smash that subscribe button if you're primed and ready for Y'shtola to step on you. And click this to make Urianje slightly more interesting. I'm certain it's a possibility.